right, everybody. Are your Facebook leads sucking? Are you sick and tired of Facebook leads that don't have good numbers? Sick and tired of being told, I didn't fill this out. Wah, wah, wah. Yep, been there, done that. Got the t-shirt. Oh, by the way, wearing flannel today. Learned better, okay? But let me tell you, so many agents get so dang frustrated with Facebook lead vendors or maybe an instant lead from the web, depending on where you work, okay? And you're being shined on, told that these are exclusive leads, la-di-da-di-da-di, and then you find out later that you got to call hundreds of leads. You're held hostage to a bad lead because that's all they push on you. Well, there is freedom. Let me share with you. There is freedom if you're using Facebook leads, but I want to dive into maybe why you're getting duplicates, some weird things happening with your Facebook leads, but sometimes it's because the lead just stinks, okay? It's like bad tuna fish. Pop the can, it starts getting smelly real quick. So with Facebook leads, you've got to understand how Facebook leads are populated, how they happen, what an ad copy is all about, how to set yourself up for success and finesse instead of frustration, because a lot of insurance agents will buy Facebook leads from unvetted vendors, or maybe you're buying Facebook leads from your IMO, okay? And let me tell you, that is frustrating as heck, because a lot of times you're buying these leads and then you find out your managers have already been there, done that, sold them, and you're busy just like a dog chasing its tail going, this just stinks. There is hope for you. It's okay. So first off, a Facebook lead is not a bad lead. Nothing against Facebook leads. I run a national insurance agency, jasonfinalexpense.com. I coach, I partner, and I recruit agents across the nation to sell Medicare insurance, life insurance, and annuities face-to-face, but more importantly in the telespace. So we use Facebook leads as well, but there's only 2 vendors that I know of that are worth a snot. And let me share with you that the others are just not. They're not good. They're not even great. If anything, you're just going to grind your teeth every time you hear certain lead vendors. There's other marketing places that will sell you leads and charge you lots of money. And let me tell you, been there, done that. They're absolute garbage. You're getting sold a bill of goods. They're like, oh, we'll take care of your Facebook campaign. Give us a bunch of money, and we'll manage everything for you. Here you go. And then you do it, and you're like, oh, wow. This is sucking. Like, nobody knows about insurance. Nobody knows why I'm even calling them. And you just want to pull your hair out. Well, let me tell you, I've had those kind of leads in my past, and let me tell you, my hair's running. It's afraid of my mouth, I think. But Facebook leads, you got to be careful because you'll get burned and somebody else is going to make the buck, okay? If your IMO is selling you the leads, be cautious, okay? Be very cautious, especially if there's some instant lead, okay? Whatever they want to call them, instant Facebook lead, instant blankety-blank lead. Fill in the blanks here, you know what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help you paint the picture of what's going on. A lot of times your manager has access to those leads, and you go call them after you just paid $11 or more, whatever they're charging you, and basically you're getting frustrated. You're financing maybe your manager's leads. Not cool, okay? This does take place. It's so important that you get an exclusive lead. Get an exclusive Facebook lead, but make sure you vet the vendor. Make sure it's a good vendor that you have 100% control of. It is so vital that you have an exclusive web lead. These things go sideways quickly. So a Facebook lead is populated, okay, in your news feed. So if you use Facebook and you're going down on your ads, okay, or you're just mindlessly scrolling hopefully after your hard day of work, okay, not during work, okay, but when you're scrolling down, you see ads. Like, try searching for something and anything, like put in a search bar of Facebook, like, you know, golf shoes. Whatever you want to do, now all you're going to see is ads for golf shoes. That's it for like probably the next 2 days. That's how Facebook works. It's like this algorithm that starts popping. When you buy Facebook leads, the ad copy when you're older than 50, because that's who they're targeting, okay? All these sweet people, this is why time is of the essence with a Facebook lead, will see this lead that populates. Bloop, final expense plan, sweet. They click on it. And then guess what? Now all they're going to see for probably the next 2 weeks is final expense Facebook leads. Pop, 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 pop in their newsfeed. It doesn't go away. So they use your lead and then all of a sudden another vendor populates as well. This is why you get that response of, oh, hey, yeah, I already took care of that. And you're like, but I just got the lead 2 days ago, really? Well, time is of the essence. Get after it, okay? You got to cut the line and get to the first, okay, call with that client if you can when you're dealing with a Facebook lead. It's not the same. There's a huge sense of urgency with Facebook leads. But there's a lot of leads out there that are garbage ad copies. It doesn't say life insurance. It doesn't say maybe even final expense insurance on there. And then you wonder why you've got so much friction when you're finding ways to talk or connect with your consumer. It's because the ad copy stinks. If you can't control the ad copy, you better make sure you've got other fellow agents that are truthfully, and I mean truthfully, using these leads. A lot of insurance agencies, okay, big named IMOs, will leave them nameless, okay? But let me tell you, maybe it ends with life, and maybe you can find another letter in the front of it, and you're being given these leads, wowie zowie, and you get them, and you're like, oof, this is not great. These leads are horrible. I'm spending a G, okay, on Monday, and I'm spending another G on Thursday, and I'm just sitting in this office all day long grinding, and there's like no buyer intent here. It's because the ad copy stinks. The ad copy stinks. The ad copy stinks. Or maybe it's just a piece of crap lead that they're making tons of money on your backs. So you're not really building your business, you're building somebody else's. So make sure that you're buying your own leads from exclusive vetted lead vendors. When you're dealing with a Facebook lead, also understand time is of the essence because how it populates in the client's newsfeed. You got to be ready to go. You've got to be ready to hit it, and you've got to know how fresh it is. When was this lead produced? You need to know that. If you purchased an exclusive good lead, you know when it was populated right away, but know that other agents are probably getting ready to spool in that client's newsfeed. They're going to be ready to call that person too. Get on it when you get a Facebook lead. You've got to move quickly. Not to say that you won't still get the business a couple days later or a couple weeks later, because you will, but you've got to work it quickly. Think about a lead like an avocado. It starts turning color quickly. That's a Facebook lead. But there's a lot of difference in buyer intent. You buy a Facebook lead and you get one, and a Facebook lead from this vendor is garbage, okay? Wipe your britches with it. A Facebook lead from here is amazing. Well, guess what? It's the ad copy, everybody. If they won't let you know what the ad copy says, you're in trouble. Don't waste your money on a piece of garbage ad copy. Make sure that the ad copy says life insurance. Make sure it says final expense life insurance if you're selling final expense life insurance. Make sure it isn't leading the client on, because a lot of these ad copies, they save money by putting out a piece of garbage ad copy that says nothing about life insurance but gets a name and a number. They sold you, the lead vendor did, that lead. They make their money. They don't care about buyer intent. See ya, bud. And now you're in a worse place than when you first started in this industry, because now you've got debt of leads. Make sure that you've got good leads in your hands. It's very wise of you to learn how to make your own Facebook leads, or use the 2 vendors that I exclusively use in my agency that have phenomenal success. It's so important that you've got folks that truly use these leads. Agencies that may start, okay, with a different letter in the front and end with an L, let me tell you, a lot of times they'll tell you that they're using these blankety blank leads, but in reality they are not. I've got good friends that work in other agencies, and let me tell you, they're not using those leads, but they get on videos and tell you they do because of this, okay? Own and control your leads, period. It's so vital. But vet your lead vendor. Vet these lead vendors. Don't just waste your money. You should not be spending all dang day on Monday, all dang day on Thursday. That tells you that the buyer intent of that lead is horrible. It's one-ply toilet paper. You need good leads. You should be able to get yourself booked as a face-to-face insurance agent in a couple hours. Seriously. You should not be spending more than about 4 hours to get yourself completely booked if you've got a good lead and a good appointment setting script. There's no reason to be sitting there all dang day with that many leads spending that kind of money. The ad copy is most likely garbage. It does take place when you've got a bad ad copy. So with Facebook leads, the ad copy matters. What is said on that lead matters. It's important. Is it a funneled lead, and what is also being said to the consumer in that said funnel? Make sure you understand this. But if you need a good Facebook lead vendor, by goodness, reach out, jasonfinalexpense.com. I'll help you. Or maybe if you're looking at saying, I'm sick of the Facebook leads that I'm getting, I want to make my own Facebook leads and actually have some control of the ad copy, organically grow my business, take control of it, because the more control that you can take over your lead flow, the more capitalization you will experience as a result. So just understand that Facebook leads are a dime a dozen. They're everywhere, okay? But the good ones, they're hard to find. You got to make sure you've got good partners in the industry that will help you and propel you to profitability. And if you're in a position where you're like, you know what, I'm sick of buying leads from the place that I work because they're absolute garbage, maybe you ought to reach out and I'll get you in touch with some folks that can help you be freed from that and design and make your own Facebook leads so that you won't be so stressed out, but it'll help you be more successful as a result. But also understand it'll look like hard work too. When you make your own Facebook leads, you got to put a little effort into it. It's not going to just sit back, okay? It's not an environment where you just sit back and go, okay, I'm just going to put the coins in and pull the slot machine and it's all going to magically happen. When you make your own Facebook leads, there is a level of work and commitment that you're going to have to put in, but what you'll get out will be something you'll be proud of. So I hope this video helps you. If you're using Facebook leads, please make sure you get an exclusive one, but time's of the essence, hit it quickly. And if you're sick and tired of crappy lead vendors, reach out. And if you want to make your own, my goodness, I can help you with that as well. I hope you have an amazing day, but time is of the essence, and please don't use leads that are unvetted. Have a good one. Be more successful tomorrow than you were even today. I appreciate you watching. Hope this helps.